Welcome to Cool Breeze Podcast, where we keep it cool. I'm your host, What It Do.
So welcome to Cool Breeze Podcast, where we keep it cool. I am your host, What It Do, and today we are back with another video. Now I know it's been a while, but before we get into this video, stop what you're doing, wherever you're listening at, subscribe, follow, like, comment, do what you gotta do. I am trying to quit my job. Now, I know it's been a minute, but life has been life, and that's not no excuse. And now we are back to keeping it cool. So, without further ado, now I ain't got no wine in this video. I know that's a tradition. It's Sunday, the Lord's Day. Okay, the next video we will be back with our wine. Okay, so don't worry. But today's video we talking about everything credit, but credit as a college student, and not even college student, but a young adult, and things, tips and tricks and things of that nature. Now, a disclaimer: this is all personal opinion. None of this is stated hard quote facts, but it is my personal opinion. And if you want to listen to me, go ahead. If not, go ahead. This is just advice. So, I know y'all probably are like, where is Shanoa? Where has she been? I have been living my life, okay? Life has been lifing. I've been handling business, and now it's time to get back to the actual business. So, yeah, that's enough rambling. Anyways, let's get into the video. Okay, so I have a list of questions on here that I think are some of the things that are good for a beginner credit, things to boost your credit, keep your credit score up, or even just how to maintain your credit at a young age. For disclaimer, I'm 22 years old with a 710 credit score. So, if you want to listen to me, go ahead. If not, don't. But I did what I did to get where I'm at. And maybe I can help you get to where you want to be. But first things first, what app to use? Now, I know everybody is big on Credit Karma, whoop-de-woo. I know everybody uses that. Credit Karma does not tell you your FICO score, your actual credit score. Download Experian. Now, you might not like what Experian has to say about your credit score, but it is the truth. Credit Karma, you may love it, but it is not factual or true. Now, I will say for my Credit Karma is a lot lower than my Experian, but when I actually have my credit pulled, it's what my Experian is. And I think it's like a 20 or 25 point difference. So either in my case, my Credit Karma was lower than my Experian, but I believe my mom's, her Credit Karma was higher than her Experian. So download Experian so it can tell you the truthful score that you do have. All right. So one of the main things that people use to boost their credit is credit cards. Okay. We all know that everybody has credit cards. Good brands that I would recommend for starter. If you are a student, try Discover Student. That was my first credit card, and I discovered and I found out. And I lived and I learned. That first credit card, I was completely not responsible. I think I maxed that credit card out in less than a week. Yeah, because first credit card, I thought it was free money, you know? But you live and you learn. But the first one I would say is start off with the Discover Student if you are a student. If not, look to see the it's the Capital One Platinum. That's a good starter. Just the Discover card, period. Those are good starter cards. Now, once you get those, the best way, because mainly they're going to start you off with a low limit. So in order to have your limit increased within, I think I got an increase pretty quickly because I pay my credit cards off properly. And I'm at the end of somewhere in this video, I'm going to show y'all my tips and tricks for how to pay your credit card off to help boost your credit score even more and things of that nature. Everything I'm saying in this video, I have done, either lived from experience or whatever, but you got to live to learn to educate. And that's what I'm doing. I done lived a little bit, I done learned a little bit, and I'm educating a little bit. Because I want everybody to have some good credit scores. But those are some good starter credit cards that I would suggest. And then, hopefully one day, I'm speaking real stuff to y'all. Like, I'm not just talking to talk. Like, get your credit score up. Okay? Hold on. The gold. Okay? You need a good credit score to get that up. I'm not talking just to talk. Everything I'm saying is factual. And in order to get them high tier credit cards, because I think you would want a tier 1 or a tier 2 credit card. Those are the ones that you can get more benefits, more rewards, more things of that nature with a tier 1 or a tier 2, rather than tier 4, 5, or tier 4 or 5s. Tier 3s, those are good, decent cards. You'll have a good, decent APR and a little bit of rewards as well. I believe Capital One, I think, is a tier 3 or a tier 2. But I think Amex is a tier 2 or a tier 1 of the two. But some websites, when you go to look at the tiers of credit cards, they'll have the best tiers as 4 or 5. Some websites have tier 1 or 2. In my instance, I'm talking of 1 and 2, tier 1 and 2 as the best credit cards to get. So just do a little bit of your own research to get that credit card, to see which one fits your lifestyle, to see the one that really suits you. And another thing that you really want to pay attention to when looking at credit cards is that interest rate. Now, I've seen a few interest rates as high as 29%. Yeah, and I done seen some as low as, I want to say, like 15. So, you do not want a 32% APR. You want a good 24, 25. But if you listen to what I'm saying, you will not have to pay interest at all. Now, some things that I do is, one, you have to learn your statement date and your due date. Those are 2 different days. Now, your statement date is what reports to your credit agency. That is what reports. So that is the important date. The due date, more so, isn't. It is important. But if you're looking at it from a credit standpoint, your statement date is the day that you need to pay attention to. So, for instance, I think my due date is the 10th. My statement post I lied. My due date is the 8th. My statement post on the 12th or the 13th, one of those days. So, let's say your person, you pay whatever it is. Let's say you pay $100 on your credit card on the 8th, your due date, right? Okay, you pay it, it posts. And then let's say on the 10th, you go spend that money, you go spend that $100 right on back. And then by the statement date, you're still back to where you were. So when it reports to the credit agency, it's either seeing an increase or nothing has changed. So that's why either your credit is going up and down periodically throughout the month, or just staying at that flat rate. So if you can, wait until after your statement date to put any charges on your credit card, because so let's say month 1 your credit card balance is at $700. Let's say month 2 you pay that $100, right? But you do not wait until your statement date. So let's say you paid $100 and it went to $600. Okay, for month 2, if you only paid $100 before your statement date and used your card again, then you paid that $100, but it did not report to your credit agency. So it looks like you're still at $700. Rather, if you were to, have $700 on your card. Okay, you pay $100. You let it wait until after your statement date. What reports is that you now have $600 on your credit rather than that $700. So seeing that, now your credit utilization rate is going down monthly. So the main goal that I would always say with credit card wise is to always have your statement lower than the previous month. That will help you boost it. Now, with Experian, once you download the app, look into it, and do all of that, you will see a section to where it says Experian Boost. Now, I'm big on boosting your credit because a lot of stuff that you pay does not report to your credit agency. So anything that is on any of your bank accounts, whether that's your credit card or your debit card, anything that you have made a consecutive payment for at least 3 months, add that bank account to your Experian Boost. And your Experian Boost, what that will do is it'll grab all of the payments that you have made and it'll add it to your credit and give it a boost. I think when I first did Experian Boost, I think my credit jumped, I want to say about 18 points, matter of fact. So just look on there, see what it is that you can do. So that way, all of the stuff that you are paying is getting added to your credit and help boost it in a way. Now, I know that life be happening and that it's not always possible to, make the payments or, that you're going to need your card because the unexpected always happens. So I understand that. But if you're able to, wait until that statement date, or what I say is, if you don't have it on your debit card, you don't have it on your credit card. Okay. I try to keep my credit cards at a zero balance month to month. So that way I do not have to pay interest. Now, if you're one of those people who can't pay your balance off to zero every single month, then that's when I say you need to have, your balance needs to be less and less each month to get that score boost. But if you can have a zero balance on your card from month to month, I would highly suggest you do so. That way you do not have to pay any interest, because interest on zero is zero. But yeah, so those are some of the tips and tricks to really keep your credit card boost up. And also, for starting out with a credit card, use it for small things, just gas here and there, or either just getting you food, something that you know that you're able to pay back. Because see y'all, I'm over here just rambling. I totally forgot something else that I was going to tell y'all. If you can trick the payment history people, do it. Oh, and what I mean by that is, if you can make a payment 4 days before your due date, a payment on your due date, then it looks like you made 2 payments, and that'll be an extra boost on your credit score. Because what I would personally say is, once you receive letter that your bill is ready for the minimum amount, let's say it's $25, pay that $25, and then when it gets closer to your due date, pay something that would actually do something. So put like $100 or so. And then when it reports to the credit agency, it looks like you made 2 payments. And then that'll also be a boost on your credit as well. Those are just some things that I did. I remember one month I made 4 payments on my credit card, and my credit score boosted, I want to say 50 points. I'm just saying stuff that's worked for me. My personal opinion. But yeah, so those are some things that I would say that would help with just really boosting your credit score with a credit card and things like that. And I'm going to say it one more time. If you do not have it on your debit card, you do not have it on your credit card. Because I've realized that what most people fail to realize is a credit card you have to pay back. And so most people that I know, they use their credit card to pay strictly all of their bills, because one, they know that their actual paycheck will cover all of their bills. So if you put all of your bills on your credit score, and not your credit score, on your credit card, some rewards do come, because I know with Amex, for when I pay my Verizon bill, I get 15% back on each bill. But look into your rewards that each credit card has. So, because if you can do that, then I would say putting the majority of bills on that credit card. So that way you're getting points, rewards, and just a little bit of incentives for paying your bill with that credit card. But make sure you use that check to pay off that credit card. Because if you ain't got it on your debit, you ain't got it on your credit. Okay? That's just my little saying or whatever. So we talked about Experian Boost, ways to, boost your score, whatever. I told y'all about that. So let's, where do we want to go? Because we're talking about bills. So let's talk about how to manage them a little bit. Or not even bills, but credit. Let's talk about managing money. Because I know a lot of people have issues, especially with inflation. Inflation is crazy because your paycheck could be, I feel like everybody's paycheck is made so that they can survive back in like 2016. It's 2024. And the minimum wage is still $7.25. And another thing too, I'm just rambling at this point, but I seen this article a couple of days ago, and it was about the whole USA, and it was each state and how much somebody needs to comfortably make to be comfortable in their state. In North Carolina, to live comfortably in North Carolina, you have to make a minimum of $209,000 a year to be comfortable. That is not the average salary of a U.S. adult is $80,000. How does that work? But so a little tips and tricks for money management. I use this app. It's called Notion, Notion. It's nothing really major. I can show y'all a little bit of it, or I might insert a screenshot. I might not. Don't expect it. Okay. But what I have is I pretty much have like a little grid, and the first grid is how much money did I have coming in. So I get paid every 2 weeks, so check 1, check 2. Any extra money that I have coming in, money that I have going towards my savings. What else? Let me see. Actually, let me go to it right now so I can give y'all the specifics. All right, so I have check 1, check 2, my extra income, savings, money, how much money I spent for the month, and how much money was deposited for the month to let me know if I'm in the green or if I'm in the red for the month. Okay, because I have a low key. I like shopping, but let me rephrase that. I shop on a budget. Okay, I like cheap stuff. Let me rephrase it. I don't like cheap stuff. I like good quality things that are cheap. There we go. I'm very cheap. And so then I have that as my money breakdown portion. So like how much money I receive for check 1, check 2. And if I was good with my money for the month or whatever. And then I have my important bills. I have each single bill and I have the amount total that they are. And then I have a column to where I can check it or exit off to see if it's paid, if I didn't pay it, or if it still needs to be paid. Now, if I didn't pay the bill, that means it won't do. Okay? But anyways. And then I have pretty much my BS expenses budget. So I got gas, food, any extras, a little shopping budget or whatever. And then, I have my gas and food for weekly, and then I have like extras for bi-weekly, because I stay in the house as much as possible, because you walk outside, you cough up $500, and then it's just like, it's crazy. I don't know what it is about the wind, but you walk outside and then cha-ching, that's all I hear is cha-ching, payment confirmed. And then, I have that just to see if my goal was met, if I went over, anything like that, to really keep me on track for all of my BS expenses. Because as long as my important bills are handled, then all of my BS expenses I can really dibble and dabble. Depends on how I feel. And then I have my savings plan. So another topic we're going to talk about today too is a high yield savings account. I've talked about it previously in one of the videos. I might enter a picture right here. Well, no, let's do right here of where you can find that video at. But a high yield savings account. So for my savings plan in general. So my Amex, it's really functioned to change because life happens and you never know what you need. But the goals that I have put, so for my Amex, I have 25% of my check going into that. For Capital One, I have 15% of my check going into my savings. And then for my state employees, got about 5%. I have state employees as really the lowest because that's not a high yield savings account and it's attached to my regular bank account. But I have it to where more so like a savings if I need quick money, because Amex and Capital One, those are both high yield savings account. If I need any of my money out of there, it takes about 5 business days to get it. But those bank accounts are out of sight, out of mind. Okay? Excuse me. And then I also have just a goal saving amount on there as well. So how much money I want to save. I don't have an end date for it, just more so a personal goal of what I want to get to, how far away I am from it. And then y'all, when I tell y'all, if it ain't in my checking account, I ain't got it. I got $100 emergency fund, $100 only. But my emergencies is more so like I'm hungry, like emergencies. Let's knock on some wood. I really don't be needing for real. But yeah, so just some of my important bills. I got rent, my phone bill, my credit card, water and sewer, Apple, Google, Duke Energy, renter's insurance, Spectrum, Flex. I'm gonna talk to y'all about Flex later. Planet Fitness and BET Plus. Planet Fitness, we gonna talk about Planet Fitness, because Planet Fitness, baby, the way y'all make it so hard for people to cancel their membership should be illegal. It should be illegal, because I feel like a real big back if I was to just walk in there and cancel. Because it's like, if I can make it here to cancel a subscription, I can take my big back self in here and work out. But it's just something about that gym. Because I be passing it all the time, and I'm like, I really need to cancel my subscription. They do some type of voodoo on people, I swear. Because I should be able to cancel it over the phone. But anyways, so yeah, so Flex. I'm gonna talk to y'all about Flex. Okay. To all of my people who renters, anything of that nature, y'all know your rent does not go on your credit at all. That is probably the most longest credit history you have. But it just will not report to your credit, which is so stupid to me. But everything else about an apartment will, except for that rent. Anyways, so an app that I found out at my first apartment is called Flex, F-E-L-X. It's a purple app. And what Flex does is, one, it reports to your credit agency. That's what it does, number one. That's the main reason why I had liked it. But it pays your rent on the first. So the way that Flex works is, let's say your rent is $1,500. All right, boom. On the first of the month, I know everybody hates the first. I hate the first. It comes every month. I don't know why, but it come quick. Okay, so half of $1,500 is $750. Okay, boom. On the first, you need to have $750 in your bank account. They will take that $750, pay your full portion of your rent on the first, and then you just buy before the month is over. I think you have until the 28th, or the 27th, to pay your other half of your balance to them. Now, I know I love personally not having to kick out my full rent at the first. Only half of it is cool. But it is a helpful trick to those who know that you may not have the full what you need at the beginning. Or just more so just if you just wanted to report to your agency. Now, you do have to make sure that your leasing office and stuff like that is on the app for them, so that way they can partner with them, stuff like that. Or I think they have the option to where they'll give you like a bank account. It's one of theirs, but they'll give you like a bank account or something like that, and you'll be able to pay your rent like that. But that does report to your credit, and that does help boost your credit as well, because that does add as a payment that you have been making. So do that. Oh, and also Experian boosts too. Sometimes, because at my last apartment, they found that I was paying my rent, and it added to my credit. Just sometimes. So look at Experian Boost, see what pop up, and add all them bills. I promise you'll never be more happy to pay all them bills. Because I was happy when mine boosted 18 points. But yeah. Okay, let's see. So, we talked about the apps to use. We talked about some starter credit cards. We talked about some payment tips to boost the score. I talked to y'all about the Experian Boost. talked to y'all about managing money a little bit. Now, I will say you do have to have discipline. I'm a person who's very disciplined when it comes to money. If it's not in my checkings, I don't have it. Period, point, and the blank. Now, if you do have a goal set for the year or anything like that, actually sit down, write down everything money-wise. And another suggestion as well, too, get cash weekly. So, let's say you use the Notion app, you have all of your bills, all of your extra expenses to properly make sure that you hit each goal. You could do some envelopes, put how much money cash that you have set to this, that, and that, or just have a cash period. But use cash for the week, and then once you run out of that cash, you ain't got no more. Because I feel like paper money is easier to keep up with more so than digital money, because you can be like, okay, no, I don't want to check my bank account today. I know I did some damage, but it's like, okay, I'm reaching in my purse. Hold on, where the rest of my money? You get what I'm saying? So that's another tip and trick that I use. I also got that from my daddy. Shout out to Mr. Vesta Breeze, who y'all see it. But I got that from him because, yeah, he kept himself on a weekly cash budget. But yeah, but for all the people with debt, I'm not talking about you student loan people. This ain't for you. I'm talking about those who got just a little bit of, not a little bit, but manageable debt that they know that they can kick off in 3 to 6 to 9 months. So because I have a couple of friends and stuff like that who've reached out to me to help them with building their credit and stuff like that. When I tell y'all, everything that I'm saying in this video is things that I've either done, gave advice to other friends, helped out, things of that nature. Like, yeah, I don't want to toot my own horn, but I'm smart when it comes to dealing with money and credit. Just based off of like how I was raised, things that bring interest to me, and then the questions that I ask. Cause I was a why kid. Like, I want to know everything. I'm going to ask 1,000,001 questions. But anyways, back to debt. So first things first, I would take all of your debts that you do have, whether that's credit card debt, hospital debt, car debt, whatever the debt, apartment debt, whatever the debt may be. If you got debt, take all of your debt and look at it. Just look at it. Accept it. I know you put it underneath everything for the past 3 months. I know you don't answer them phone calls when they call you. I know you stopped caring. You was just like, let God handle it. No. Answer the phone when they call you and actually look. Now, we're going to do credit card debt because experience. You remember when I said I maxed out that credit card in 3 weeks, in a week? Y'all remember when I said that? I had them jokers calling my phone, and you know what I was doing? Declining their call, because we don't need no bill collectors. But if you answer the phone and talk to them, they will be helpful to you. So, tip number 1, answer the phone and get in contact with them people and tell them that you are either experiencing a hardship you're unable to pay at this moment, but give them a date or either a time frame when you think that you will be able to make some type of payment, or even ask them if a payment plan is an option, because it's hurting you more to sit there and ignore them rather than actually being truthful to them, because they'll be more willing to help you if you're just sitting there letting them know what it is that's going on. And once you answer the phone and talk to them, they'll stop calling you. I know it's a shocker, but they'll stop calling you. And I would let's do this. So, your lowest debt that you have, knock that out the way. If you have a credit card debt that's $300, take $50 each check, 4 checks. Right, 50, 150, 2, 250, 3. Take 6 checks. My bad. I'm not as good. But take six checks and just pay it off. It's really that simple. Like, just pay it off and get that out the way. And then once you get that smallest debt out the way, 1, your credit score is going to boost. 2, now you have less things to worry about. And now you have that money that you was putting towards that bill, you have that money to put somewhere else now. So let's take your second lowest debt, and we're going to take the money that you was putting toward that first item, and then we're going to add something to it to put it on that second debt, and then just keeps going. It's called the snowball effect, I believe. Yeah. So if you start with your smallest debt that you have, the payments that you are making, once you get that out the way. So for example, I'm just going to use, let me think of a good example. I'm going to use a car payment and a house payment. Okay, boom. Let's say you got about $3,000 left on your car and your mortgage payment, and you got about $10,000 left on your mortgage payment or whatever, right? Okay, let's say your car payment is about $300. Your house payment is about, we'll say about $1,200. Okay, what I say, 300 and 1,200. Yeah, okay. So boom. So let's say that car payment is $300. You have your mortgage is $1,200, and let's say you have small subscriptions like Hulu, Hulu, Netflix, Uber Eats, the small little subscriptions that you have that add up. So if you want that snowball effect to properly work, you can do without them subscriptions for a little time period, because you want to be able to take a vacation at the end of the year. So if your car payment is $300, and let's say that your subscriptions total into about $75 a month, stop paying your subscriptions. Take that $75 a month, put it on to that $300 car payment. Now you're making $375 on your car payment. Okay, now that's knocking that down. And then the quicker you pay your bills, well, different type of bills, the less interest you pay. Don't shoot the messenger. But so you take that $375 and you're paying off the rest of your car payment. Okay, boom. Now your car is paid off, and it's being paid off at an extra rate. Now, okay, you're like, okay, car payment's paid off, cool. If you want to get your subscriptions back, do that. Take that $300 that you were paying for your car payment and put that onto your rent. Don't sit there and be like, oh, I got an extra $300 a month. No, you don't. That same money that you was putting towards that car payment, put it towards another bill once it's paid off. And then once you're putting that towards another bill, the quicker it'll trickle down, and the quicker that all of your debt will start to shrink. And then your debt to income ratio will be amazing. And then once again, your credit score will boost. Now, if you don't want to do that, cool, but that's one way that could help you get rid of, if you're a person that has a lot of debt from different entities and things of that nature, this will help you get those debts down, rather than if you do just have one big debt. I don't know what to tell you other than make multiple payments or stack some more stuff up. But another advice that I do have, the small subscriptions or small bills that you can do without, if you can do without them for a period of time to get another debt out of the way, do that, because that'll be more beneficial to you. And then once you realize it's like, okay, I really didn't need that subscription. It really wasn't that important. And speaking of subscriptions, I'm canceling my Planet Fitness one today because I'm just wasting $25. Yep, I'm sitting here talking to y'all about canceling subscriptions. I need to cancel my own because it's just running my pockets. But yeah, but I really think that's it. We can talk about some stocks. I do got some stocks information. If y'all want to know more about some stocks and things like that for investment purposes and stuff like that, comment down below. And I'll go into a video a little bit more in depth about stocks and things of that nature. Now, I will say this, because my mother, she just got into stocks as well. Do your research. Do your research. For stocks, don't just be like, oh, it's in the green, let me do this. No. Because it's different every day. The stock market opens and closes every single day except for weekends because it's closed. But just because you see, oh, it's made $50 today, let me do something. It could lose $85 tomorrow. Do something that's true to you. So I would say, like, I have Verizon. That's who my phone carrier is through. I invest in Verizon because, one, I know that it's personal to me, and it's something that I actually like, and I know that I'm putting my money in towards this company, and I'm getting some of my money that I've invested back. So do things that's true to you. Also, I'm an Apple girl. I use Apple. I invest in Apple as well and Amazon as well. But don't sit here and be like, oh, okay, I see these are green. Let me just invest. No, it does not work like that. You actually have to do your research and things like that. Now, I will say for starters and Fortune 500 companies, SPF 500 are more so your, I would say, safety net stocks, because it's a bunch of Fortune 500 companies that are all mingled into one. So I would say as a starter stock, that would be something I would look into, but I can get into a whole nother spill about investments and all of that in another video, because y'all know I can talk. But I really think that is it for this credit/money management. I don't know what the title of this for this would be yet, but somewhere around there. Probably credit as a college student. I like that. Yeah. But once again, thank you guys for coming to Cool Breeze Podcast, where we keep it cool. I'm your host, and before we go, stop. Make sure you subscribe. Whatever platform that you are listening on, make sure that you subscribe, follow, like, comment, do what you got to do. If you have any tips or tricks for credit, money management, comment them down below. If you feel like I missed some things, comment that down below as well. Or if you want me to get more into depth about things like that, or, anything that was explained in this video, just comment down below and I will try to make a new video. This is Cool Breeze Podcast, where we keep it cool. I'm your host, What It Do. And once again, thanks for watching. When?